Finding the chat. I'll throw in the registration link. Morning.
Good
I'll throw in the
morning.
registration link and the whatchamacallit.
Okay.
I guess just that.
All right. Cool. Well, good morning. Good morning to everyone. And we want to welcome you to our first day of our gratitude challenge. So, if you are new to this platform, this is our Zoom. You can see where your audio is at the very bottom. Sometimes it's at the top. We have chat. Find the chat. Emoji, find our reaction emojis. We are a community that communicates in the chat and with emojis. So, this is a chance for you to come in and see what our Monday motivation is about. And since we're focusing on gratitude, a lot of people ask, why are we doing gratitude? And so, one of the things that I want to kind of go over is that gratitude isn't just a good feeling. I want you to know that gratitude also helps our brains, it helps us appreciate our bodies. And research shows that expressing gratitude lowers your stress, reduces anxiety, and improves your quality of sleep. So keep that in mind that it strengthens your immune system, decreases your blood pressure, and reduces symptoms of depression. So I'm not sure about if you're clinical or if it's ongoing, but it is a help to your body no matter what you're going through. So keep that in mind as we go through this 8-week challenge and think about how we're improving our brains, our focus, creating calm, optimism, resilience, also perspective, when we go through this. And so when people ask, why do we do this? Think about all those things that internally are helping you. And just think about if you share this with someone, you can be playing it forward to help that person too. So Holly has the link and she's going to drop it in the chat. So share this with others. And if you didn't get your email, you should check your email. She sent it at 8:33, so it might be just a little slow, but you get an email every Monday with our word of the day, what our gratitude prompt is, and what our intention is. And so we're hoping that this will be something to help you carry you through the week. And each week we hope that it adds something of resilience to your mind and your body. So, Holly, did you want to add anything before we go into the word of the day?
No, I think it's just like my personal experience with sort of like practicing gratitude and things like that. It's kind of like taking walks for your mental health where you're just like, I
Right.
am so upset that this worked because like it was that easy all along. And like,
Right.
not to say that it's easy. And like, there are some days where practicing gratitude is like quite literally the last thing you want to do, but our brains are really just so simple that like, I hate to say that it works.
Yeah, taking
So,
small micro moments. And
yep.
that's one of the things that I want everyone to think about is that this is not overkill or extra positivity to just kind of be like, throw it in your face. What we want you to do is think about internally, my heartbeat slows down. I get a different perspective. I can give grace to someone because I took the time. So, our word of today, I brought up my screen and I hope you all can see it. This is what you'll get in your email. Does you see my screen, Holly?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this is our word of today, and you get a PDF each Monday, and it's going to be what a word of the day. And this word of for our week is positive. And funny, I say I don't want it to be overkill of positive, but what I want you to do, I think it's so cool that we start with positive because it gives us awareness and perspective. So keep that in mind. And our journal prompt is, what recent moment did I fully experience and feel grateful for just as it was? And I want you to think about that and put it in the chat. And I'll tell you what my moment was. So I was just telling you all, each year my neighborhood gets together. There's full of military, police officers, and they get together and they do a military run. And I don't have a military background, so I'm like, I don't need to be there. But then I stop and I think and I go, but I am supportive of that community. I am supportive of anything that's a positive moment. So it's 7:45. They kick off at 8. They're meeting in the back of my house. So now I'm like, I've got peer pressure. So you can hear them all. So I went on and got up, put on my clothes, and I'm like, I went out there and I was in the moment of the experience. And when they run with their flags. And it was just such a positive moment. Even though I did not serve, I want to say I served of being supportive of others. And I was present in the moment, talking to my neighbors, communicating, getting that connection. And so with that, that's my moment. It's a little bit deep, but it's something that we want you to take a deeper look, because the deeper you go with your gratitude, the more you get out of it. Holly, did you want to add anything? Like, what did you fully experience that was grateful?
Yeah, I think mine was also from this weekend. Joey and I, we have been so freaking busy lately. Like last weekend, we had a wedding. The weekend before, we had plans, and we've just been like running around. And so we randomly got an email about like a vintage market happening over on the east side on Saturday and Sunday. And we were like, you know what? We're just gonna not make any plans and we're just gonna like walk around and like be in the sun and take pancake with us. And that's what we did. And like, I don't think we even really bought anything. We just like kind of chatted with some other people that were there, and it was just so much fun.
Good.
And yeah, it was just like really nice to not be, to just like spend time together and just be fully present. So
That's good. I mean, just
yeah.
being grateful in that moment. And to someone, it may sound small, but to you, that was big. Just being
Mhm.
present and not running around trying to be there for everybody. So that's a good moment. Good moment. So before we started, I asked everyone to kind of put a word in the chat that they're feeling, quiet. Someone said calm. I'm very glad to hear that. Someone says motivation. I like that. Perspective is so important. And then it looks like we got a few folks that shared their response to the prompt, being able to walk, eat, sleep, and talk, use my hands. Very good point. Micro moments, being so intentional about the smaller things. Good. Sitting and talking with my kids. This is a good point. If you have got those teenagers or the kids that are not talking, this is a good way to make this as a segue to start conversation and include them to have a response other than the one word response that we all cannot stand, right? So we've got a lot of good things in here. So thank you all for sharing your gratitude with us. And we hope that you'll take this page and fill it out, share it. And then also, we included a mindful practice that you can do on your own, but we wanted to change it up so that way, if you come to the live session, you get something a little different. And so, Holly is going to lead us in some mindful movement. And we just want you to know that keep coming here on Monday, and we will be here. And if we're never not here, we will have a recording, or at least you'll get your email. Okay. So, Holly, you ready?
Yeah, I'll take it away. So I thought that today we would do some sort of just kind of body weight movement and kind of focus on posture. So we can actually all start seated. I'm gonna scoot myself back so y'all can see me. You might also, I just want everyone to see Pancake real quick because he's in his jammies today because
Oh, how
it's so
cute.
cold here in Austin. So I just hope everyone is feeling cozy. But okay, so we'll start seated and just go ahead and sit up really, really tall, puff out that chest just a little bit. And we're gonna pull the arms to the side and try to open up that chest just a little bit. So just a nice little cactus arm moment, but we're thinking about touching our elbows behind us, which is very much not possible, but that is what we're channeling with this stretch. And just take a couple of nice deep breaths here. And then we're going to reach up really, really tall. And you should feel a little bit of a stretch underneath those armpits. And then you're going to pull those elbows back into that position. So we're sort of pulling back and down in that diagonal. Let's go ahead and do two more of these because three just feels right today. So we're going to stretch up, big breath in. And as we let it out, we're going to pull those elbows down and back, that diagonal. We can even let that chin up just a little bit more and get a nice clear airway. And one more for good measure. Up and down. down, pulling those elbows back, stretching out that chest. Okay, now if we're feeling froggy, we can go ahead and stand up. Again, if you want to stay seated, that's totally up to you. But we're going to go hands behind the head. I want us to go a little bit of a wide stance, and we're going to do some good mornings because it's a good morning. So, nice wide stance. We're going to bend the knees just slightly, push those hips back as far as we can. Our goal here is feeling a stretch in the hamstrings. So I like to go hands behind the head because it just stretches out the top part of your spine a little bit more. But if you want to keep your hands crossed in front of you, that feels a little too intense, then that's totally on the menu as well. So we're just stretching out that backside just a little bit. If you're doing this in the chair and you want more of a stretch, you can also extend one leg. So you can go one leg straight, one leg bent, and that might help you get a little bit of a deeper stretch. But if you're standing, you should be all good. And let's do a couple more of these guys, just nice and easy, nothing too fast. And then we're gonna pause in the bottom of that position and we're gonna go eyes. So thumbs up because we're having fun. And we're just gonna pulse those guys up and down in front of us. And we're gonna stick with this for about 15 seconds. So you should start to feel a little bit of a burn in like the back side of that shoulder, kind of upper back area. And then we're gonna go ahead and move them out just slightly. So now we're in a Y, sticking with those little pulses. Again, thumb still up because that externally rotates your shoulder, which puts you in a slightly better position. And a couple more here. And then we're gonna go all the way out to the side in a T and keep pulsing those guys. I need a little more space for this one, so I'm gonna stay front facing. But keep pulsing these guys. We should have a little bit of a burn. I don't know about y'all, but I've got a nice little preheat going at this point. And stand all the way up, stretch up nice and tall, and shake those guys out. And then we're just gonna alternate picking up each foot. So totally something you can do seated as well, but this just helps to wake up the hip flexors just a little bit. And I like to think about having my toes pointed up towards my shin. I don't know if you can see my bright yellow socks with this, but with that, it actually helps to target your shin splint muscles. So the muscles that are on the front side of your shin, that helps to condition them a little bit more, which I'm not going to say can cure shin splints, but it can hopefully prevent them, which is very nice. And it also helps to link kind of upstream with that hip flexor as well. All right, and then we're gonna go one leg extended. I'll move this down a little bit so y'all can see a little better. One leg extended, one knee bent, and we're just gonna sweep to our toes. So point the toe up, heel on the ground. I like to call these chicken feeders because it's like if you had some food and you were just feeding your chickens. So don't feel like we have to go insanely fast with this, just enough to get a little bit of a stretch and get the heart rate up just a little bit more. But we're still looking at those little hamstrings, backside of the legs, waking those guys up just a little bit. All right, and then we can shake out the legs. And now we're gonna alternate stepping back, feeling a stretch in that backside hip flexor, and reaching up. And then we step back, feet together, step one foot back, stretch out that hip flexor, reach up. We can point the chest towards the ceiling if we're feeling extra froggy. If you're not, just a reach up will still help to extend that hip flexor just a little bit more. And we're gonna keep doing a couple of these. I like to think about these as greeting the day. So it's definitely dramatic, but you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful you're here. Since we are staying extra positive today. And just a couple more of these bad boys. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to have fun. If you're not having fun, it's not too late to start. All right, and then let's shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Let's come back to that seated position. And we'll do one more set of those little chest openers. Get some breathing in. And that can be our sort of guided version of our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 meditation if we so feel. So bring those elbows together, pull them apart, drop the shoulders just a little bit, open up that chest, take a nice deep breath. And let's do 4 of these because 3 maybe just is not enough. Inhale, exhale, and two more. Big reach up, try to get as tall as you can, touch the ceiling, high five the sun, and pull the elbows apart. Exhale, and last one. Big reach up, get really, really tall, extend, and compress, arch that back just a little bit, and shake out the arms, reach up, give yourself a high five for a job well done, and that is all the movement I have for y'all today.
Holly, that was great. Thank you so much. And I wanted to end with our affirmation. And if you have the PDF and if you're not for sure, I just want you all to kind of put your hands across your heart and then just tell yourself, I, in this moment, is enough and I am enough in it. So I was doing this with my grandson. He's like, Granny, I feel it more in my head. So I am enough in this moment. So wherever you feel it, the whole point is make this your experience. And I hope you enjoyed our first day of gratitude. And we hope to see you next Monday. And if there's anything we missed, please feel free to always reach out to us if you have any questions. Or if you missed the email, we can get you in there by next Monday, okay? Thank you,
Yeah,
everybody.
and if anyone wants the content from today, feel free to drop your email in the chat and I'll shoot it over to you real